Hello everyone, not boys and girls. How are you guys doing? I have a really cool treat today. We've been waiting for this thing forever, it seems like. Finally, it's here. It's the Gryphon Diablo 333. Now, you may be asking, what the heck is a Gryphon Diablo 333? Well, it's their current and only integrated amplifier. Now, the funny thing is, if you go to their website, you will still see a Diablo 120, which, according to the factory, they don't make it anymore. They've taken out the previous Diablo 300, but they, for some reason, didn't take out the 120. As far as I know, it's no longer available, so you can't buy it. In any case, the 333 replaces the 300, but more correctly, it's not really a replacement. This is a substantial improvement, according to the factory. I haven't heard it. I don't know. Some specs first. It's $24,900 US. The optional DAC with USB, $7,600 US. Optional balance phono stage, $6,000 US. It uses the same output transistors as the big Apex amplifier. They use 10 of them per channel. Uses the same binding post as the Apex. It has dual subwoofer outputs, tape loop, and you can configure XLR or RCA inputs as theater bypass. So if you got a surround sound processor or whatever it is, you can use the amplifier section in this integrated amp to power your front speakers. It uses the same chassis in the remote control as the Commander preamplifier, the top of the line, same chassis. And it has a USB 2.0 input for software updates. Phono module is True Balance. We didn't order it, so I can't show it to you. It's a True Balance design, pure Class A, moving magnet, moving coil. It has external dip switches, so you can adjust the load impedance, no global feedback. The DAC module uses the ESS Saber 9039 Pro module, which is, I think, one of the top, if not the top module. 7 PCM digital roll-off filters, so you can play with that. We'll be getting the module, so we'll be able to play with it. It has USB, AES EBU, BNC, Toslink, and I believe coax as well. Power rating, as I said, is 333 watts per channel into 8 ohms, 666 into 4 ohms, 666. Isn't that the mark of the devil? Oh my God. Oh, mark of the beast. So maybe they meant to say that this is a beast. And then 1100 watts per channel into 2 ohms. And it has 43-step volume control, so, which is interesting. Normally you'd think 100, why not make it easy, or 50, 43. Where'd they get that from? And the dimensions. Okay, 468 millimeters wide, 472 millimeters deep, 245 millimeters high, or for us ignoramus in North America, it's 18.4 inches wide, 18.6 inches deep, and 9.66 inches high. 50.6 kilograms or 112 pounds. So this is the crate that it comes in. When we uncrated the Apex, I commented on how nice the crate is, because normally crates are essentially plywood or compressed wood, and you use wood screws and so on, and it works. It's serviceable and it's better than cardboard, especially if you're shipping something very heavy. But this is really cool because the wood pieces are actually compressed. It looks like fiberboard, wood chips, whatever it is, so it's recycled. And what's cool is that these little tabs can be recycled, so they just pull up and come off like that. And so you can reuse it later on without having to put wood screws and so on. And I believe this one, yeah, this one looks like you can see all the tabs all around. So if you were to take all the tabs off, all the wood pieces come off, and then the amplifier is just there, and you can just easily pick it up and move it. So very cool thing. So I'm going to show you the uncrating of the Diablo 333. I've taken everything off except for this one, so that's next.
Adrian, what are you doing?
I'm doing the uncrating. This is our legend. This is what we're known for. Audio excellence, uncrating.
Okay.
Right? That's what we do. People love our channel. What are you talking about? Here we go. All right. Now come close. Let's have a look at this. You'll be seeing it the first time as I am.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Okay, so big power cord, 20 amp connection on the back of the amplifier. It's got manuals. It's got the 3M microfiber. Oh, white gloves. Look at that, and the remote control box. Now, here we go. Moment of truth. The hell?
Yeah. We already uncrated it. It's over there.
Oh my God! Should have told me.
Sorry.
All right.
You look so happy to be uncrating something.
I love this. All right, so there it is. Magically, boom, there it is. Wow, first impressions, nice. I love the fact that they've got this cloth sock over the amplifier so it protects it during shipping even further than the internal packaging. And it's very cool. Look, it's got, well, here, let me take it off and I can show you. Okay. Oh, look at that. Very nice. All right, see, look, they've embroidered or sewn. What is that the same thing, embroidered, sewing?
Embroidered, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Look, the Gryphon. And they've got the, I guess the Gryphon. That's their logo. And they've got this really nice little thing. This reminds me of Prada. Isn't it Prada that uses red or orangey red? Or is it, who's the, Christian Louboutin. Don't ask me how I know. For those of you who don't know, you heathen among us, Christian Louboutin became very famous because they made these sexy women's high heels. And the way you know is that the soles are in this red color, right? So anyway, so that's the Christian Louboutin audiophile collection. And there's the amplifier. Wow, it's quite nice. Okay, first let me take off my, always a good hint. If you're doing any kind of moving, uncrating, unboxing, take off jewelry so you don't scratch anything. I guess we should start with the back so we can show you everything. So let me, oh, it slides. Oh, look at that. Oh, I see why. The spikes are sitting on these felt pieces. Very smart. Okay, so that's the back. At the top, there are two slots. It says optional module, optional module. So here you can put in your DAC and your phono modules. We talked about the binding posts. These are the identical binding posts as you find in the Apex. They're really nice. I like them. Big slots for you easily to put in your spades, bananas, bare wire, whichever you choose. You have RCA and balance. So let's go through it and see what I see. Okay. At the bottom here, because it's a dual mono design, your left and right are on two separate banks. So it says over here, sub out, tape in, and input 3. Okay, and then you have your USB connection here for software updates. And then you have balance input 1 and 2, ground, and your power connection. Now let's turn it around and I'll put the power on and see what it looks like. Oh, I like these felt things. Okay. Moment of truth. Okay, I've connected power. Now, the main power switch is underneath the amplifier. If you feel underneath it, you'll feel a little rocker switch. It's directly below the 333. So, there we go. And then you see this little red indicator. Press it. And you hear clicking, clicking, and those are the relays, and it's going through its diagnostics right now, making sure everything's okay before it actually turns on. You can see, of course, this TFT display that says the Gryphon, and then Gryphon Diablo 333. And come on, baby, don't fail me now. This would be embarrassing if while we're filming this thing goes into, oh, there we go. All right. So Volume 0, that's the default setting. You can go into menu and adjust for the default when you turn it on, whether you want the volume to be at 0 or at a certain other number, and it's at input 1. So if I press that, you can now see all the different menu options. So you can choose between input 1, 2, 3, and 4. Tape monitor. Tape monitor is useful if you've got a surround sound processor built in, or not surround sound processor, but a surround processor, or a room correction a processor built in, or reel-to-reel tape. And then if you press menu, then you have all these options. Volume, display, IR source, whether you want the IR to be at the front or at the back. Input level match, which is, let's say you have 3 or 4 different inputs all connected to it. You can adjust it so that the volume for all of the inputs are roughly the same. So you don't get suddenly one volume being much louder than another. You can change the name of the inputs. AV input is the one that you select to be a throughput. So if you've got a surround sound processor, you can choose which input you want to be a throughput, and then restore settings, and then exit. Okay, now let me show you the remote control. It's a nice chunky piece of metal, and what's cool is that it's also sculpted. So it's not just rectangular with a round hemispherical semicircle kind of a thing at the top. It's got this little taper at the bottom here, and on the sides there are ribs. So these ribs are on the side, and you'll notice that it's also got a shape over here. So it's not just as simple as a cutout. It's got a nice shape over here. There are no rough edges. Everything is rounded. It's really nice. And the bottom has a piece of felt. So you're not going to scratch anything when you put the remote control on top of something. And then finally, you've got 3 little Allen screws. And I assume, yeah, that's where you take out the bottom pad and you replace the batteries in it. On the front, the only thing I don't like, well, there's 2 things. One is all the buttons are all the same size and they're all round. So if you like to listen in the dark, you will not necessarily know which button to press. And the second thing is, I don't see backlighting. So again, if you like to listen in the dark, as sometimes I do, it would be nice if when you pick up the remote, or there's a button at the bottom where you press it and suddenly light comes on, you can see the buttons. Other than that, nice and simple and well laid out, easy to use. So that's it. All right, so I am very excited to see what this sounds like, because I love the idea of an integrated amplifier. If it's designed properly by a great manufacturer, they will take the best that they can out of the preamp and the amplifier, combine it into one chassis, and so you have savings of space. You also have savings of cost, because now parts are much less, as opposed to having 2 separate boxes, 2 separate chassis to pay for, power supplies, the whole thing. And if they do it well, the performance should not be highly compromised. In fact, it might in fact be very, very, very good indeed. And in fact, we've done a whole bunch of different integrated amp comparisons. Mike can put the links down below, where we compared Accuphase, Hagel, Macintosh, the Daniel Hertz. It was a big shootout. So you can watch that. And now we've got this. So I'm going to listen to this, break it in, and then we'll do a comparison perhaps with the D'Agostino that we also have, and also with the Daniel Hertz, because I love the Daniel Hertz. For what it is, it's a fantastic piece. And that will be further down the road, hopefully soon. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'm really excited. We're going to have fun. We'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.